But what happens when someone has played the system, become a multimillionaire, and then turns his guns on the multinationals, vowing to hold them to ransom? Well, joining me now is Max Keiser, the founder of the Karmabanque website index, who describes himself as a financial anarchist. You believe, amongst other things, that even those people who have no money can change the world. What are you actually trying to say?
I'm very dangerous, Charlie. Very dangerous. Because this message, give it out to the people who have absolutely no money. The fact is that these corporations, and corporations run the show, let's face it, they can take down these corporations by bringing some cost efficiency to activism. Right now, activism, if you look at groups like Greenpeace or Friends of the Earth, there really is no cost efficiency. And as a result, they're constantly behind the curve, if you will.
No, hold on. You've lost me already.
Okay.
Someone sat at home tonight. They're interested in what you've got to say. They're thinking, this guy is telling me that I can have an impact on what exactly and how, sat at home.
Okay, so I think people are frustrated. They feel as though corporations are taking over the world, or taking over the environment. They're polluting the environment. There's a lot of toxicity in the environment. What can they do to push back? And what we're saying at Karmabanque is using your head a little bit to attack companies or do campaigns against companies in a way that's very efficient, because usually people who are campaigners, they're not at all efficient. And this is where a lot of the times the campaigns don't really drop down to the bottom line of effectiveness. And so, for example, if that's okay, I can give you an example. There's a couple of campaigns right now. Activists are campaigning against Exxon, and they're campaigning against Coca Cola for various reasons. Now, at Karmabanque, what we say is that, well, the fact is that Exxon is not vulnerable to the no-cost weapon of choice of an activist, which is the boycott, whereas Coca Cola is, due to the finances of a Coca Cola. So we're suggesting that maybe the Exxon boycotters suspend or collaborate, if you will, with the Coca Cola boycotters, focus on those companies that are vulnerable in the order of their vulnerability.
Let me ask you something. I mean, you describe yourself as a financial anarchist.
Yes.
But there seems to be a confusion there, because you're suggesting that people should get organized.
That's right.
To do something. Well, yeah, that's the opposite of anarchy, isn't it?
Not at all. I became a Wall Street broker during the 80s, during the time of Mike Milken and the leverage buyout, and that is anarchy. Mike Milken is an anarchist because he totally challenged the system and redefined the system. I was in California during the dot-com explosion, which is a lot of people described as anarchy, and it was anarchy. But nevertheless, there was a huge residual economic impact of that anarchy. So the anarchy in the UK has a negative stigma because people associate it with broken windows and May Day riots, but it's not really true anarchy. Anarchy is just decentralization.
One last thing, you know we don't have much time. There will be people sat at home saying, look at this guy.
Bump the next guest.
He's made a fortune, right? And here he is, now he's got his millions, telling us, you know, how to do things. And it's a bit rich, isn't it? You made your money off the whole capitalist system.
The concern, Charlie, is I really believe that the environment has maybe 10, 20 years tops. And so I'm looking out 20 years and I'm thinking, how can I contribute what I know to the system to stop what I see as an inevitability, which is that the environment really starts to collapse around around our ears, around our eyes. I'm trying to, that's my concern. I'm really concerned about this.
That sounds very good. Are you making money out of this?
Absolutely not.
No money.
No, it's a labor of love, and karmabanque.com is the address, and you go to the site, check it out, and I think people will be amazed at how much power they actually do have.
Okay, we are out of time. Thank you very much for that. Fascinating.
Thanks, Charlie.